Welcome again to my channel and welcome to, I will call it an exciting topic that I want to share with you today. A lot have been happening really based on how should I say, the pressures or the influence of international students, even those coming in, fortunately through work route. So a lot have been kind of happening in Malta recently, and it's been telling on the kind of decision they're making as regarding that. This is just what I want to share with you. Some recent updates I believe you need to quickly put into or take into consideration while considering moving to Malta either as a student. Basically, as a student, you know what I talk about is study route. Okay, as you know, that's what my channel mostly represents, the study route, because that's the safest route I know. Even if you're coming in as a worker through the working route, also take note of this. But before I share this with you, let me quickly do that intro. All right, welcome back. In the process, while explaining this to you, don't mind me, forgive me, there might be a reason for me to look down because I have my laptop here and I had to list some of those things I wish to share with you, so that I will know I'm on point. So in case you see me looking down, I'm trying to, remind myself of the point. So, okay, let's go. What are these recent development or updates that I want to share with you about Malta? First of all, the hospitality sector, being the fact that that's where you get job kind of easily, the area where a lot of foreign workers can easily get these common jobs. People call it surviving jobs. I don't fancy that language. The common jobs, the jobs that quickly get you, up and doing and start getting that little change to pay your bills. All right. The hospitality sector, to them, they feel is being just saturated. It's been kind of overpopulated with even those that have the knowledge or not. So they've been introducing certain things to curb or control people going into that sector to really know that if you're working in that field, you are deemed or termed qualified to find yourself in that area. And these are the common places where you can get job easily in Malta because everything about Malta is hospitality in general per se. Everybody is coming here because of the weather, and the people coming here are coming to have fun. They want to swim in the beach, and so everywhere around the beach, there whether be one restaurant or bar. So after swimming, they want to eat. Some people want to, they would lodge because they are coming here for about 1 week or 2 weeks. They're chucking in for population thing. People will come here, and that's why accommodation is one thing about them. It's one area the citizens tend to really make good money because people coming in here, imagine a population of about 1 million plus to 2 million would come to a small island where they have a population of 500,000. Let's see how huge that will be. So where will they stay? So it becomes competition. The students that are here permanently to study will be competing with people that are just here for a short stay in terms of accommodation. So, that would also require hotel, housekeeping, cleaners, and waiters, attendant. You will be there. You will be service rendering person. So these are the things that are common in Malta. These are the jobs, the professions that are common. The rest is just service rendering as well, in terms of either some company having their outlets here, and the major player here will be probably just service rendering in terms of accounting and other administrative offices where the major production is not here. So they work basically with importation. So they don't really have factory like that. So the productions are not that huge here. It is more of baking, plasticity, all those stuff. So it's general about hospitality that the regular thing you will get faster before you start talking of getting those offices job, administrative and all that. I'm not saying you won't get that, but I'm talking of, you know what it is, expectation versus reality. We'll do a video on that later, right? So look at those facts, the things you need to quickly get into at this area, and the ones I talk about, the kind of skills you need to acquire. I think I did a video about this set of skills that will not be wasted when you do get them in Malta. If it's possible, I could add the link of the videos here and or in the comment section. Now, as I was talking about hospitality in general, one of the things now that is common is becoming the key requirement. So if you're coming to Malta as a student and you know one way or the other, you find yourself working either as a restaurant attendant, kitchen helper, waiter, both in a hotel and whatever, please, rather you start preparing that little fund for it. I will give you the amount, the what it costs to get this certificate. You need this set of document now before you can work in any hospitality sector. First of all, they call the first one skill pass. Skill pass. The skill pass, you will need to register with the government agency to get that skill pass. I'll probably put the link of it in the comment section. But fortunately for international students, according to the one agency I met, for the first 6 months, it's free for international students. So you just have to go, you go to the link, you register with your student information or card, and then you will not be charged. And after 6 months, you pay for it. After 6 months, you pay for it. And that means the amount for it is 400 euro. That's where the huge money goes, 400 euro. So the beauty of it is now that being an international student and you get in after your document and you have the resident permit and that allow you to work part-time, probably you would have been working before you start thinking of making the payment. And one other thing is that you might then have the relationship agreement with your employer to maybe do it for you and deduct it from your salary subsequently. Okay, so that's one. So you won't have issue registering for it at first. But the real amount to do it is 400 euro. The second one is food handling certificate. At first, when I got in here, the first apartment I stayed officially, like in terms of my apartment I paid for monthly rent thing, not the short stay. The first job I went for, they asked me that question. That was the first time they asked me if I have my food handling certificate. So it was kind of strange to me. Then I was like, ah. Then I got a job somewhere at Bujiba. Don't worry, maybe I mentioned this about location and benefit later. They mentioned it again to me and asked if I had. And the employer said, okay, they will do it for me and they will deduct the money from whatever they're going to pay me. I agreed. But one way or the other, I've been with the hotel for like a few months and I didn't even smell or see how it looked like, whether or not it was done by the employer, because that money wasn't actually deducted. So I believe he didn't do it. Then the third place, I went for an interview, they requested for it, and this person was able to send me the link to register and do it myself. So I went to the link, paid for the course online, did all the course module things on myself online, just attend to the test questions, and I have it. So I have the certificate. All I have to do is send 10 euro to it. So I'll put the link of the site where you can also probably register, do the modules, everything is online. Once you're done with the 20 questions, they will send to you through email. You will then be sent the certificate. They would ask you for 10 euro if you want a hard copy license. You will need the license together if you want to. So, but for the course, it's 30 euro. Take note, please. 30 euro for the course and 10 euro for the license. So together it's 40 euro. So I think that's the one you should at least prepare for while coming. Or if you're already here, try to get that 40 euro for the food handling certificate and license. And the third one is the PCC. PCC is the Police Conduct Certificate. This one, they've been asking for it too now. Both even while I was trying to apply for a security license And hotels now, they've been asking to see your PCC probably before they employ you. You'll be able to get that one in the Ministry of Justice in Floriana, the capital of Floriana is a place in Valletta, close to Valletta, the capital city of Malta. I think I'll put the address, the link of the address in my comment section so you can click on the address link and locate the place to do it. But I think you can only do it when you have your resident card with you. And it's just 2.8 euro for now. When I did my 2.8 euro. So take note of that. You're going to be paying 2.8 euro with your resident card. It doesn't matter, no much question. If you just ask for your resident card, then extract the information and then print it out and give it to you. That's all. So you need these three things if you want to work in any hospitality sector. So please take note of this recent development coming into Malta as a foreign student so you can get that job, part-time job easily. Then the second thing you should also be aware of is that there seems to be an update, like a recent change concerning the insurance, health insurance. I would permit me to quickly read it out to you so you get familiar with what I'm saying about the recent updates concerning the health insurance, both for incoming and the new students and the returning students. It's mentioned there. The application will come into effect as of 1st of August 2024, which what was today's date. This simply means it is in place. The law is active now. It has come into effect since it was supposed to be 1st of August. Now there is a new and still abroad applicant applying for employment purposes and family members applying under both regulations and policy will require a health insurance policy with a minimum coverage of 100,000 euro. Now, let me quickly explain to you probably what this talk about. The health insurance we did, why we got in, and probably subsequent one. Yes, I'm not sure. If you think it's wrong, please quote that in the comment section. I think the coverage was around 30,000 euro. That's the coverage, 30,000 euros. So therefore, it means what you'll be asked to pay for you to get that coverage was, what we paid was around 130, 120 euro, 130 euro as students for that coverage. 130 euro thereabout for the coverage. But now that it seems the coverage is a bit higher now, it has gone up. For the coverage they want you to have is something worth 100,000 euro. That simply means the amount you pay to get your health insurance coverage here would be certainly more than 130 euro. Insurance must cover medical treatment, including hospitalization in Malta and, if necessary, in other European Union countries. The policy must be valid for the whole first year of the residence permit. Students, applicants pursuing a course of study at the University of Malta and the University of Malta, the Malta College of Arts, Science and Technology, which is MCAS, or the Institute of Tourism Studies are exempt from this requirement. So those ones, they are not, University of Malta, MCAS, and Institute of Tourism, they are not part of the people that the new rules would affect. So they probably will work with the old insurance policy. Then pursuing courses elsewhere will require a health insurance policy with a minimum coverage of 100,000 euro for both new and returning applications covering their entire period of stay in Malta. So you see what it means. So now the insurance policy will definitely give you a price that is quite different from what we were used to or what we pay. Okay. Let me quickly see if I have something similar to that. I will drop the link of maybe one or two insurance companies I know you can go to once you get to Malta. You want to apply for your insurance, health insurance. I think I'll put the link in the comment section so you can get all this information. Don't worry, when you get it, shows you how to prepare your mind. Definitely it's more than 130 euro from what I'm saying. And in addition to that, some of us, when we got in and applied for our temporary resident permit, we were not asked for screening, health screening. But now, please take note. I mentioned that in some of my videos, And some students, they've been asking questions. I've kind of been updating them to that. Please take note of this. There is going to be health screening added to your health insurance coverage. So the address to where to do your health screening when you get to Malta, I think I'll put the link and the address of about 2 hospitals to do that. Basically, what you will be doing is chest X-ray, and that I think is just the chest X-ray. Kind of investigation, so it's nothing much. But from what I see, from between 165, 170 to 200 euro to do that screening now. So give or take, you basically will probably be looking at 350 to 400 euro for both your health insurance coverage and the health screening. So prepare that. You should be aware of that while coming to Malta as an international student. Now, I have something concerning accommodation and tickets. Some of us, a lot of us, we did a booking on hold for the accommodations and the ticket. But I mentioned some things about how to increase your visa approval chances. I have a video like that. You can watch the video how to see some of the things I mentioned to help you. But I still want to quickly draw attention to accommodation now, because one applicant that I applied for, and during the stage, it got a refusal for one reason. I'm not mentioning that, but we've reapplied. But in the process, the school came into the picture and tried to help him out in terms of accommodation. So most time now, it's like schools that have been coming in to help in terms of booking an accommodation for the visa stage. So you might either try to work with the school in terms of getting that accommodation. So a lot of requirement has been coming up during visa stage, documents and VFS. And schools now, they've been advising applicants to at least get a dormant ticket, a ticket in such a way that you will pay something for someone who will help you book it, that would really carry the reference number and something to show that a ticket has been reserved. If you have the capacity to book outrightly, you can book for 100% refund ticket outrightly, choosing a specific date whereby you have free change allowance. So once your visa is out and the date seems not to correlate with the date on the ticket, you just do free change without any cost. Or God forbid you get a refusal, you just click on request for the refund and you get 100% back refund. I know of an airline that do that. Turkish airline is one airline I know for sure that do something like that. Just focus on the 100% refund ticket. You buy with the currencies, you see the like when I was doing that in Nigeria, 100, we use dollar in terms of the currency. And whenever there is any reason for me to cancel and get my refund, I get the dollar back 100%. But if you can't go to that extent, work with people that would help you get something called dormant ticket. So please prepare in terms of accommodation and do something that shows there's a commitment for it. It's something you should also take note of. Okay. Now, when I was mentioning something about jobs, I mentioned like that uh, people coming in for September get job easily, and it's actually true. Really, I'm telling you now, I'm reaffirming to confirming that, the point or the things I mentioned about advantages and disadvantages coming to study in September, they are actually true. You would get job easily in September faster than on that. An example is when I got in around February, when I was just seriously looking for opportunity, I said even if it was cleaner, I would do. I applied to a cleaning company called Bad Boy Company. They uh, they called me for an interview. They said, okay, they thought I wanted to do something in terms of maintenance. I know that they don't have a job opening for cleaning. Then that was in February, around March. They didn't have any job opening. But guess what? Recently, about a few days ago or last week, now they're sending me email if I'll be available for an interview, because we're probably in September. Just a few days ago, and I'm like not ready to go for that because I'm actually working towards the security license and training thing I did. And were fortunately for me to have attended about 3 or 4 interviews relating to security as well. Okay, now why I'm bringing this up again to you is in terms of job thing. The jobs, you remember, I keep like hammering on it. The jobs you will get easily during September are hospitality because of the pressures of the inflow of foreigners, accommodations, hotels, bars, restaurants, all those stuff. So yeah, but please kindly take note. Some of these jobs will close down in November, particularly those that are having their outlet or businesses around the beach. Around the beach, those that have restaurants or whatever hotels around the beach. There are some that are having that strong rep in the customer um, outflows. Regardless, they still would maintain continuity during December, but the numbers of patronage will reduce. Those can still retain some of their staff or their staffs. But the mostly beach bars, restaurants, majority of them will close down during November and reopen around March. So take note when you are getting or applying for jobs like that. So what you should do is that the beauty of it also is that this outlet or businesses or restaurants tend to pay you higher than those that would have reason to continue. So their rates are kind of a bit high. I think I met someone who was working in one of these restaurants and it says they agreed to pay at 7.5 euro per hour. Imagine that. But they already told her by November they will shut down and they will open by March. So what it means is if you choose to go for this kind of job, please take note. Once they close down, you need to find something else to do until they reopen. So it means while you are working on those days, working in those places, try to either have a good saving culture, save for the rainy day, or you make your decision whether you're going to accept jobs like that or not. Or during that November, you just start looking for something else, keep you busy until the activity time comes up again. Please take note. That's what I quickly want to draw attention to in terms of job aspect. And then for the conversion, I want you to know something about this because I'm also one of those people who got or were working with old information while we were making a plan to come to Malta. Initially, I have said so much about the conversion from student to work permit that I believe initially it was easy. 3 months or after your first semester, you can just get any company. The school will not even challenge that. They might just give you attendance, proof of attendance, or your first semester course to take to the employer that will convert you to a full-time worker. And then if you choose to, you start attending your class part-time. But based on so many reasons why the governments are trying to make the coming in stricter and tighter, there are now so many adjustments regarding that. Conversion is not that easy. I have said this a couple of times. Please be aware and prepare yourself towards it. Conversion is not that easy. In fact, I met someone who that really affected. At the first, when they came up with some adjustment regarding that, they would ask you for letter of completion for you to come. That means at least you need to make sure you do, even if it is 1 year degree, or if you're someone that is going for a 2 3 years program, at least complete 1 year, have a proof, a letter of completion. That is what it used to be, but it seems to be a bit higher, tougher, harder. Now it is no longer just letter of completion. You need letter of completion and the certificate to prove before you can easily convert from your student visa to working visa. Okay. And the same process, why trying to give them the letter of completion and certificate complete, converting from your study visa to work. You know, the minute the school give you the certificate and letter of completion, it means you have just 10 days, 10 days to do this conversion. You mean have 10 days to do so. So within this your 10 days, you need to have gotten an employer that probably would have submitted an application for you for full-time work permit. So therefore, while you are planning to get the completion letter, make sure you make an arrangement with your employer, you have a concrete agreement that as soon as you're getting this letter and this from them, you give it to them to submit. So if you have submitted before the 10 days things, you've not violated the deadline. I believe so. Okay, you've not. violated the deadline. So now, in the process of you submitting both your letter of completion and certificate, there is still this update condition attached to it. It means there is a need for them to see your grade, the grades, your grade on the course you did becomes it's also relevant now. So you need to have a good grade for the Identita to get convinced and approved. So if you have poor grade in between, you might not be approved. You might not be approved. So please don't joke with your grade or your coursework during school section. It is still part of the condition. Don't joke with it when you are converting from the study to work. If you have a bad grade, you might be refused. That's what I'm just trying to drive at. And in addition to that, you know this get scheme policy thing where after you finish your school, you work for 2 years, then on the third year, you apply for 70% refund of the money you paid, whether it is a BSc or master's. BSc after 3 years, now work for 2 years, on the 6 years, you get that 70% back, basically. Now, I've kind of rumors or hearsay. I do not have a concrete proof to that, but it seems someone was like telling me that, in fact, the great thing also is attached to that get back scheme policy thing for you to get that 70% back. If you don't have a good grade, you might not get your 70% back. So it means please don't joke with your grades. These are the information I have to share with you. I think they are long enough, and let me just stop here. And in my subsequent videos, I'm going to do videos about struggles of foreigners, the reasons, and what I believe, what I'm going to recommend as what you should do. But until then, thank you for watching up to this very point, and I say bye for now.